This episode of Inside the Game is powered by MSI Gaming. The game just got real. Head to our website at insidethegame.ca for all the details. What's going on, everybody? We are Inside the Game, your one source for everything cool in video games. There's only one place you need to go, and that's insidethegame.ca. Where there, you can be a part of the show and get caught up on all the latest news from the gaming world. You can also help us out by heading to our YouTube channel and leaving a like and subscribe. Now, coming up on today's jam-packed episode, of course, we got reviews. We've got news all the way from Germany coming from Gamescom, and we're also battling out Nate and I in this mobile mention. So stick around for that, but let's get started with the Inside Scoop.
So Gamescom kicked off with Inside Xbox, and let me tell you, we got one heck of a recap here for you. The all-new Horde mode for Gears 5, which adds new gameplay features and the ultimate abilities to this signature mode. Gears 5 is now available for pre-purchase on Steam and will launch on all platforms at the same time. Lastly, the Halo Reach character pack is included as part of the Gears 5 Ultimate Edition on Xbox One, Windows 10, and Steam. 7 new titles coming to Xbox Game Pass, including 3 huge ones with Devil May Cry 5, Stellaris, and Age of Empires Definitive Edition. They also unveiled 2 brand new controllers, the Xbox Wireless Controller Night Ops Special Edition and the Sport Blue Special Edition. Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition will launch November 14th. They'll be available on Xbox Game Pass for PC and will include the 4K remaster, complete with a brand new campaign and all new expansions and content from the original release. Chris Carlo was joined by console producer Kusung Jiang and console community leader Ray Kim from the PUBG Corporation to debut the Season 4 update for PUBG, including a massive, stunning visual update to the original PUBG map. Season 4 also introduces Survivor Pass, Aftermath, which allows players to unlock over 100 rewards, as well as brand new cooperative missions, which allow the community to work together to accomplish special milestones to unlock new rewards. Season 4 launches on August 27th. Ghost War was revealed, the intense tactical 4v4 competitive multiplayer mode that will launch with Ghost Recon Breakpoint on October 4th. Metro Exodus debuted its first major story expansion, The Two Colonels, which will offer a brand new tool for exploration and irradiation, the Flamethrower. The first expansion is the first of the 2 promised new storylines, with the even larger Sam story set to release in early 2020. The upcoming Shadowkeep expansion for Destiny 2 will return players to the moon, and Bungie game director Ben Womack was on hand to not only discuss the mischief Eris Morn is getting into, but also reveal a definitive look at the final finishers that Guardians will wield when the expansion drops on October 1st. A series of incredible new trailers for some of this year's most anticipated games were revealed, including a new look at The Blair Witch Project, a fresh look at My Career Mode for NBA 2K20, an in-depth overview of the world of The Surge 2, and a full breakdown of the factions and diplomacies that drive the drama and action in the much-anticipated action RPG Greedfall.
We didn't want this fight.
You are too blind, too renegade to understand.
Sony's adding another studio to their library. This has become the 14th studio. Insomniac Games is now owned by Sony. 14 first-party studios. So if you're an Xbox fan thinking you might have a hope of getting Spider-Man, there's no hope at all, unfortunately, because Sony stepped in, took up a big chunk of what Insomniac is going to do, and sealed the deal for the future, adding one more studio to the library. Insomniac Games is one of the most highly acclaimed development studios in the industry, and their legacy of the best-in-class storytelling and gameplay is unparalleled, said Sean Layton. We've enjoyed a strong collaborative partnership with the studio for many years, and are thrilled to officially welcome them to the Worldwide Studios family. The addition of Insomniac Games to SIE Worldwide Studios reiterates our commitment to developing world-class gaming experiences that can only be found on the PlayStation platform.
From one of the co-creators of Halo, we have a new IP coming out. This one's called Disintegration by V1 Studios. They just dropped a teaser trailer at Gamescom. You should check it out. This little gameplay trailer introduces us to Roamer and some of the characters that we're going to be controlling. This game is supposed to have a full single-player campaign as well as multiplayer content and will be released sometime in 2020.
For what's left of humanity.
Right away. Got it.
I'm sorry. Were you two having a moment? I can leave y'all be.
What? The grav cycle? I'm a pilot.
Uh-huh.
It's called a pre-flight inspection.
No judgments here, huh?
So we had caught wind a few weeks ago from CD Projekt Red saying that The Witcher 3 will be coming to the Switch, but now we have an actual date. October 15th, get the complete edition on your
So,
Switch.
stranger, what brings you to this no man's land? There are far more interesting places to visit. Take Tusent. Sunny valleys, peace, quiet, wine, lots of wine. Why Velen?
Because here's where my journey begins.
With Stadia coming out just around the corner, there's still a lot of questions to be had, but at least they finally nailed down what games are coming out on launch. Starting off this list is a couple timed exclusive games coming to the Stadia: Orcs Must Die 3 and Guilt. In addition to those titles, here's a couple standouts from the long list. We have Baldur's Gate 3, Borderlands 3, Cyberpunk 2077, Darksiders Genesis, Destroy All Humans, Doom Eternal, Get Packed, Kine, Ghost Recon Breakpoint, Watch Dogs Legion, and Windjammers 2, and a whole lot more.
It's up to you to build the perfect team and take the city back. The good news is that any Londoner could become your next recruit. You can play as anyone. And they've all got their own gameplay skills. See this charming chappie? That's Victor.
Watch it, you dumb idiot.
He only takes half the amount of damage after his nectar pint. Or 4. Top man! And her, that's Sue, top-notch lawyer. Once in your team, she can get your operatives out of jail automatically. You don't even need to lift a finger. Nice one, Sue. And this is Alan, old codger and veritable mad bastard. Increased damage with rifles and, wait, may die randomly? R.I.P. Alan.
Big trucks, big jumps.
Time to jam. Now, you and I jumped into some big trucks because we're talking about Monster Jam Steel Titans in this week's review. What did you think of... Oh man, I got this one. So, where is the announcers when you go to a big event like this? You get Monster, and they're yelling, and there's...
The Gravedigger!
Exactly, right? You know what you get in this? Nothing. And I was just like, where's the energy in this title? But yet, you get into the game, I feel like there's a passion behind it from the developers for Monster Jam, and it felt the more I played, the more I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But the longer I played it,
the more frustrated,
the more tedious, and the more annoyed I became. I kind of had this a weird balance for me of the more events you did, the more I kind of wanted to play. But the more events I did, the more I just got annoyed because they just went on and on and on and on, and I'm doing the same thing over and over and over again. And then you just land back at Monster University, where you learn all of your monster truck jumps and flips and tracks and tricks, and it's just, I don't know. What did you think?
I don't know. It's kind of like you. It's got the potential, but it's very hollow. Like, so let's talk about the customization. You start off with just a very basic monster truck. You do the tutorial, and then you get the Northern Nightmare.
Yeah, which I pretty well stuck with.
Which I did too, unfortunately. But each vehicle looks different, which is great, but they don't really play differently.
No, it's the same
and
style,
the customization within it, it's you just either boost the stability, the bouncing, the top speed, the acceleration, the handling, and then that's it. There's
generic
no
stuff,
real,
right?
There's no real like, oh, the Gravedigger is a better vehicle because it has the higher top speed.
Yeah.
You know, it's very kind of, like I said, it's like hollow. It's very basic.
Why do you want to spend the 40,000 coins to get, you know what looked cool though? Was this big shark truck.
The Megalodon.
Yeah, that one looked pretty cool, but it was 40,000 coins. But I spent that coin on upgrading my Northern Monster.
Yeah,
so
and the thing
kinda,
is, you kind of need to, because while you're progressing through the career, your vehicle will not be good enough to beat them.
No, but I found it pretty easily to upgrade my truck, which was done in relatively short amount of time. Which was
each
like,
race,
already?
you're given a certain amount of money depending on what position you place and the vehicle damage.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool. So
I like that risk reward the more you kind of smash up your truck. But that's one of the best parts about the truck is the damage that it does take, and the fairings are going flying. Next thing you know, you're only left with a frame. I enjoyed that part.
It is fun, and the handling, I did feel like it was like, I don't know, never driven a monster truck, but I mean, it feels authentic, I guess you could say.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know, like, and the mud kind of splashing up. But I was playing on the S, and you were playing on the X, and I had frame rate issues,
and
believe
I
it or
had
not.
none. I didn't feel it
like
whatsoever.
A lot of the time when there was like 5 or 6 of us on the screen at once making a turn, it would be almost in those like 20 frames, 10 frames per second.
No, I didn't have any issue whatsoever. I just went ahead and everything worked on the X. It was all smooth, silky, pretty at times, and then kind of
basic. Like
muddy.
The environment's kind of basic, but the truck itself and like the effects of the mud, it looks good. It's not like you're looking at it and you're like, ugh.
So it starts you off at Monster University, which allows you to learn how you're supposed to maneuver your truck and hit the jumps and all this other stuff, right? And I like how you start off with the base, but the more you progress through the game, more of that Monster University unlocks as you progress. I thought, I mean, that was pretty cool.
That's a nice little addition to the hub worlds that you get in games, right?
But it was very basic hub world though as well, right? There's a lot of basic points of this game. It had some solid foundations to it, and I feel like the team behind it really cares about the monster truck world, and it kind of showed in a lot of the game, but there was just a lot of like, why was that happening? Like, why would you just put this in the game? Why am I doing the same thing over and over? So you would do, yeah, I know. So you would start off by learning the course or whatever your challenge, your trial was, right? And then from that trial, you would then get into the championship. So I've already done the trial version. Now I'm gonna do the version again in the championship, which then now takes me to another city to do those 3 activities again. You're doing 2-wheel, you're doing freestyle, you're doing...
And then a run around race.
Exactly, right? And then that takes you then to another city to do those again. But I'm not done because I still have 5, 6 other cities to do that again in. So you're there for an hour to an hour and a half doing the same thing over and over and over.
It was exhausting.
And if you come in 4th and hit once or twice, you get no rewards whatsoever, and you have to do. So I came in 4th. The first time I did this championship, I came in 4th. I had to do it all over again.
Yep.
Because I didn't place 3rd or above. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I spent an hour and a half doing this whole championship, and now you expect me to do
it again.
all those cities and those 3 events over again? You gotta be out of your mind. No, that wasn't happening at all.
Well, they just hop over to multiplayer and play online. Oh,
No,
wait.
that, I could, okay.
So racing game. Multiplayer, there is multiplayer, and it's split screen, which I can appreciate, but there's no online. Why?
For the longevity of your title, should have, especially in a racing game, a multiplayer online aspect to it to carry that community and grow, right? If you don't have that, now that I'm done with the game, I won't touch it again, because once I've completed all that, why would I want to come back when I've got no one to compete against? There's no leaderboards, there's no competition whatsoever now at this point, so you need that online community to help carry this game, and that it doesn't have it, and I was flabbergasted that it was nowhere to be found in this game.
I know, definitely a key piece missing too.
Yeah, that as well as the announcers. Like I was just like, man, the announcers make such a title like this because that's where you get all your energy
It's
from.
like that's when whenever you say the name of something, you gotta say like you mean
Well, it's like they're yelling
bigger.
Exactly. But even when you got into the stadium, you have a crowd, but it took you an hour, almost took me, I think, close to 2 hours to get into the part where I had a stadium and a live audience to kind of
just doing the races. Right?
Exactly. So you just do your tutorial, and you do your trials, and tutorial, and your trials, back and forth until you get into the championship. But then finally gets you in front of an audience. But even the audience were like muted. I don't know. It was just weird. The lack of energy really suffered in this game.
Yeah, it definitely took away from what could have been pretty good.
All right, Nate, let's wrap this up. You're gonna score Monster Jam Steel Titans. That's the best I got, because that's more action than what the game had inside for an announcer. So, what do you score in this one?
So if I'm gonna score it, man, it's got the potential. It's this really kind of cool game, but with no announcers, giving zero energy to the game, and kind of like a boring customization feature. It's gonna give it a 5.5, man.
You know what?
It is fun. It is fun though.
Well, that's just it.
But
I had a good time in the game, and that's why I said the more I played, the more I wanted to play it. I started to really get into this monster truck stuff, and I like squishing over other cars and hitting the jumps. That part was really fun, but when you lack the multiplayer, the announcers aren't anywhere to be found in the game, and it just kept repeating the same events over and over again. It really kind of hurt the game a lot, and I'm right there with you, 5.5.
With Monster Jam Steel Titans, we feel like we have a great foundation of a game, but is unfortunately a hollow shell. With lack of commentators and a plain hub world, it really lacks the energy of a great monster truck game. With not a lot of customization to offer and the repetitiveness of doing over the same races and tournaments, it really takes away from the game. The racing is fun and the graphics are decent. However, with the lack of online multiplayer, there is no real leaderboard system in a racing game. So Xbox Game Pass just got a lot sweeter. We just heard that at August 30th, Blair Witch is coming firstly on Xbox Game Pass.
What the?
And not to mention, we also got Bard's Tale 4 coming out shortly this month.
Sending shadowy horrors to slaughter innocent folk. You must travel from the bustling port of Scarabray to the Badish lowlands, the haunted forest of Inchriach, and the icy isle of Stronsea.
And then to top it off, Kingdom Come Deliverance. Oh, I can't wait to play all these games.
All right, Nate, we're talking about a solo with a lot of heart and feelings.
Confess, sailor. Reveal your romance.
Nate, you and I jumped into solo Islands of the Heart.
Oh man.
Which is an emotional roller coaster of a game I wasn't really expecting, I gotta be honest.
No, I had no idea what this game was when you're like, yo, we're gonna review this for next week. I'm like, okay. And then you kind of start off, and then it tells you right at the beginning.
Yeah.
It's like, this game is based on love.
Yep.
And we want you to answer all these questions based on your life experiences. So I'm kind of like, at first, I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I know.
So then you get to pick your gender, and then the love of your life, I guess.
Yep.
Gender.
Yep, that's what I did.
And then from then on, prepare to get some really deep thoughts and questions happening, because it really, it's such a peaceful game though.
That's, you know, so that's the part that kind of gets me is how bright and colorful the world is, simplistic in style. The art style, I adore the art style, and you got this calming music, so everything's like real chill.
The objective is you have to light up this lighthouse, and
Yes.
then that sends a light to a totem.
Yep.
And then each totem then
gives you your multiple choice.
Gives you a question.
Yes.
Which is, I thought was really cool. So then you answer the question, and then it opens up the next section of the island.
Yeah.
And then that's pretty much the whole progression of the game.
That and it's solving the puzzles though to get to that totem or the lighthouse, depending on where you are in the island. And then as you're traveling around the island itself, you run into your significant ghostly other. And I came across her earlier, and she was sitting there going, and just a little blurb window comes up and says, "What happens when you don't find me attractive later?" Kind of gives me the little shivers, but it's just one of those, man, I did not anticipate this game in the slightest to be like this. I knew, okay, going in about love, cool, the art style had me. That art style is just all my stuff, right? So, and it was really calm and relaxing, but then you get in these questions, and then some of the puzzles become really tricky, but then the minute you solve it, it's like, that makes total sense now.
Exactly.
Why did it take me so long? Because I should have just flipped this box over and the fan would have blown up, and then I could have hopped on it and jumped over here and then gone over there. So it's got these puzzle mechanics, and then you gotta help like these animals on the island too. It's all, the whole game is about connecting people, right?
It's, man, this game.
it hits home at times, right? We've all been there.
It really surprised me, and I'd recommend, like, maybe play with your loved one, maybe not, because you might want to answer those questions by yourself.
It depends, I guess, on your relationship. But yeah, absolutely, play it.
But maybe it's a test to your relationship.
Oh man, I'm telling you, like, you gotta honestly try this game. It really caught me. It really caught me off guard, but I really do enjoy the game and how it did portray such emotion, something I haven't felt really in a long time from a game.
Absolutely, man.
And then you get suddenly like, have you loved before? Yes, no, others, and like you give 3 choices, but there's some of them are like really personal that I wasn't anticipating that were coming out of this game from something like looks so cartoon-like.
Like, I don't want to say it looks like Minecraft, but it kind of had that Minecraft.
That blocked feel, kind of with like a Wind Waker art style.
Yeah,
right. Does that make
exactly? But then, man, it really just gets you. So, one of the questions.
Yeah.
Let's get to it. Was,
all right.
Can you love more than one person?
Exactly.
So then it said yes, no, and then there was the third option. So I was with my friends. I'm like, all right, let's pick yes. So then whenever you answer this, typically your spouse will have some sort of reaction
ghostly
to it.
figure, right?
Yeah.
It's a ghostly, for us, it was a ghostly female character who would respond to our answers.
So like sometimes like,
she wasn't so happy.
No. But then like one of them was like, should you have any lies in your relationship?
Yeah.
And then again, I picked, no, you shouldn't have anything.
Right.
So she's like, well, that's amazing, but is sex important to you in your relationship?
Yeah, so then you get the 3 multiple choice answers, and one was something like, yeah, sex is crucial in a relationship. Sex is not as important, but it still could be there, something on that line, and as well as then rounded up with, it's not necessary, more or less. It's kind of how your 3 choices went, right? And it was just kind of, wow, really, that's where we're going with this game. And that whole game is revolved around answering these kind of personal, intimate questions that I would just, I was blown away.
and priced at only 25 bucks on the Nintendo eStore. That's not bad.
Nope.
20 Canadian.
Yeah.
Granted.
So you can't go wrong for $25 Heartbreak.
Yeah.
All right, so besides all this little heartwarming and discussion, there are little quests and things with a guitar I didn't quite understand. You can pull out a guitar to play, but it really didn't seem to do anything.
So like, there's a couple sections where one of them is it changes from like into like daytime or the nighttime. So that's pretty much. This doesn't happen too often, though.
No.
You learn a song and then you pretty much use it for that puzzle and move on. You don't really have to play all these songs that you learn.
No, as well, you also have a camera. You can go around snapping pictures if you care to. You have a quest to go take some pictures of a seagull. Like, it's just kind of...
Just random little...
Random things, but it just doesn't really go with the rest of the game when it's so heartfelt and with a purpose.
Yeah.
So it kind of, I'm like, well, these are just like little quirky toss-ins, I kind of thought, right? So
why do I have a camera?
I don't know. Why am I playing guitar for no purpose? Like, it was just kind of, yeah, it was weird for me. But at the end of it, what a game for me to be experiencing. Like, it's just it's not long. It's not a long game by any means. So definitely check it out. Nate, we're gonna wrap this up. What do you give the score?
Man, so I really had a good time with this game, actually.
Yeah.
The whole heartwarming experience, there's really in-depth questions, and then just remarks that your significant other makes that just really makes you think. I really enjoyed this, man. This game is gonna get an 8.5, believe it or not.
That's pretty high, man.
Graphically and everything, man. You know what? It's a fun game. 25 bucks.
Yeah. No, it's definitely cool. The graphic, art style, it's such a style in its own. And then the questions with a purpose. Like, the whole game to me really has a definite purpose behind it. And that's really what gravitated me and pulled me in. I'm there with you. 8.5.
Solo is a calm, simple, and rewarding puzzler game with a deep emotional experience.
All right, so if anybody knows what I like to play on the mobile device, I'm talking about PUBG, and this clown thinks that Call of Duty Mobile is better. So we are here to battle it out. What mobile version is better? Who is it gonna be? Nate, why do you think Call of Duty is any good at all? Because I played that, man, and I walked like wreck house, and it was so easy to just annihilate people. I jumped into the Battle Royale in that game. Apparently I was supposed to be playing with a team. I played the whole thing solo, and I won. So, like, come on, really? I can't do that in PUBG, because why? Because it's real. What you got?
Okay, well, the game did just come out on mobile, so yes, there are connection issues, and I had the same problem.
I didn't have any connection.
Like a handful, no, I mean, like, you get into the lobby and then you're by yourself, and you're supposed to be in a team of 4. So that happened to me several times, but kind of like you, I just kind of won anyway. It's that because I'm not even that great. I don't know if people just really suck at mobile games or what it is, but just this game. It's got a lot of great features compared to PUBG Mobile. All
right, what do you got?
So we have revival system.
Okay, I'll give you that.
To me, when I played
Apex Legends. Me too.
Yeah. So this reminds me of it. Honestly, is like almost a perfect replication of Apex with a little COD twist to it.
Oh man, I just want Apex on my mobile.
I mean, that would be ideal.
Yeah.
Beggars can't be choosers.
We can, but I play PUBG.
But anyway, so they got the revival system, and it works. I've used it.
Sure.
I've actually had teammates that use it, and it's great.
That's cool.
They have a class system, which another thing is kind of
cool.
I like being able to be the ninja and grapple hook around like the Pathfinder and Apex.
Sure.
They have I don't know. Those are the two main things that I can think of that PUBG doesn't have. They also, what I really like, and this is probably because I'm new, but they have the basic controls versus advanced controls. So I play on my phone, which is like this big. So to use the advanced controls would be a lot harder. But using simple, where I just point and then it shoots automatically, man, it's great.
Okay, whoa. So if you want something a little more realistic and military style, you come over to my world. Welcome to PUBG. Because there is no baby controls. You use real controls and you have to aim and shoot your target. Like, there's no just simple lock on and hit the button and hey, you're dead.
Well, you just aim and then it shoots.
No, that's not how it works, man. You gotta line your shot. If I hit you in the leg, you're not dead. If I hit you in the head, you're going down. That's how it kind of should work, right? That's how it works on console, that's how it works on PC, and that's how it works on the mobile. Not a bad way to go. No, that's how I like it. I like it real. When you go into, I played the COD too, right? Like, let's not. I haven't been on both sides. I played COD, and honestly, for their first iteration, they've got a solid foundation in what they're going with. It's a good start, but PUBG's been there, let's face it, a lot longer.
Yes.
Right? So
How long
they've
has
got
the mobile version been out for now?
Man, I've been playing for a long time now. It feels like a year and a half, 2 years.
So
at least a year and a half,
they've
I'd
had
say.
a lot of time to refine this game to make it better than the actual version of the console.
Yeah, well, that's the other side of it too, right? There's more updates, feels like, are coming to my mobile device than it is a console device. But it depends where you want to play. And every night I am on my mobile device playing PUBG. And they keep iterating and they're bringing in new zombie modes and this other gameplay scenarios to play, because when you play the same thing in the same map, when you go to Erangel, and even that is about to get a new patch and rehaul the entire graphical system, which is fantastic. I can't wait, because I've been playing this now for, like I said, a year and a half. So it's the same map over and over and over, right? This is no Fortnite where they just change out chunks of the map. So they're about to do that though, coming up here real soon. They're gonna reiterate all of that, add in different places, and it's even coming to console too, that they're gonna do that as well. But yeah, there's always something. We don't have a class system. You are just a generic, you're tossed out in the wild, fend for yourself kind of thing, right? But you rely on your teammates here, and it's critical that if you don't have good teammates, you are gonna suffer. Yeah. Like you can carry a team to a certain degree, but if you have guys who can coordinate, or your teammate, girlfriend, to coordinate with, I think it makes a world of a difference. And that's where the communication, I feel, in PUBG is a lot more critical than it is in Call of Duty.
I totally agree, because Call of Duty, it's Call of Duty. It's like, it's the fast-paced run and gun. I mean, don't hear me wrong, I've played it, and there's been a couple teams where if I'm by myself, they just completely wipe me. Like, well, didn't have a chance.
Yeah.
But there's kind of few and far between for the amount of teams that are that good.
Well, so there's the frontline mode in Call of Duty, right?
Okay, yeah, so wait, let's talk about COD, because they have multiple game modes.
Sure.
That's great. They have team deathmatch, they have the frontline, which is basically team deathmatch, except one team spawns here and the other there.
Yep.
They have search and destroy, so you got a lot of your kind of classic game modes. They even have zombies coming, which I think is pretty cool.
It's a COD thing,
honestly,
though, right?
it's it's like almost gonna be a full Call of Duty game,
mini style,
for free, and mini style.
You can't go wrong, really. But when I played Frontline in the first of 50 kills, and I got 40, like, you gotta be kidding me, right? I'm not getting 40 kills on PUBG.
They have PUBG Team Deathmatch? Man, they needed brains.
So they do have Warzone, yes. So they have other game modes that allow you to jump in and respawn, come back and respawn. And you can do that, and of course, like every other mobile thing, and lately every other Battle Royale, there is the Battle Pass, right? So there's a Season Pass for PUBG, Pass for COD.
Yep, Battle Pass for COD. And I'm pretty sure, so this is, like I said earlier, it's the first COD one, and it's not too bad. There's probably like 2 or 3 things that are pretty good at the beginning and then at the very end. Honestly, in the middle, it's pretty dry. They're pretty giving for the challenges to get up that high, but like, I don't know. I was a little disappointed that I had to get to level 90 to get the cool looking grenade, you know?
That's fair. Yeah. Hey, I gotta be honest with you.
I want to be level 70 and get something kind of cool too.
PUBG isn't exactly the greatest when it comes to the Battle Pass either. Their Season Pass sometimes can be really bad. Sometimes it can be okay. I haven't really had a pass yet that's been like phenomenal, but they're getting better.
Mobile games,
but they're getting better, which is nice. That's a good promise, right? Because there is, with the Season Pass, it's a reward system. So you want that reason to go into Pachinki and shoot somebody with an AKM or an M416 or something along that line, which is every season challenge. Like, it's just getting a little redonkulous right now at this point, but it's there. But yeah, you expect this over the course of 8 weeks, and then you get to level 100. Like, I'm halfway now, and we're in this week 5. So you guys getting there, and then they give you other bonuses. But one of the biggest things about PUBG, though, and I'm gonna kind of gripe on this, microtransactions. Man, they you can tell this is a mobile device because there are so many microtransactions all over the screen. The minute you pop in, I gotta close out 4 windows before. I know I'm supposed to be on the PUBG side, but I can still get criticized because I gotta close out 4 windows just before I get into the game. So I didn't experience that on COD.
No, it's
not yet, but I bet you it's coming.
So you don't have to press 4 X's, but right on the home
2.
screen, okay, 2.
No, 4 for me, 2 for you.
Yeah. So they're still shoved in your face, and some of the prices are egregious. So
yeah, I know.
But I mean, I'm like,
that's a mobile market though, right?
Exactly. So I'm kind of like, I'm not really used to it, but I'm not gonna spend this much money on guns.
No. And of course, the more you grind throughout the season pass, then you grind enough, you get enough cash to kind of cash in for the next one. So you don't have to pay if you just keep grinding. And I tend to do that.
Yeah, and I noticed that COD's pretty forgiving. You get to, I think it's around 70. You'll have accumulated enough points to.
How many maps in COD do you know? There's 4 right now in PUBG.
So in Battle Royale, there's just the one.
Okay.
Just one map. But then Team Deathmatch and all the other modes, I believe there's 10?
That's nice.
8.
That's not bad at all.
At least 8. And they said there's a couple more coming. And then Zombies hasn't come out yet, but they said coming.
Yeah, we're always getting new zombie modes within PUBG as well. So it's kind of a give and take. If you want something that's not as serious when it comes to Battle Royale in PUBG, then you can kind of head into that zombie infestation stuff they got going on. Like they featured Godzilla there last month.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
It was pretty cool. And then if you did it and stuff, or if you bought the skin, your plane could be all decked out in Godzilla. So they have some nice little tweaks and features. But definitely when it comes to PUBG, it's more of the realistic stuff.
Yeah.
Where COD is, it's COD. So it's not a bad rendition, but
it's definitely like, it's just more methodical, more fast-paced.
Yeah, it's a lot more slow-paced than PUBG for sure. But we definitely like to know what you guys think. PUBG, Call of Duty, mobile device.
Another one into the void. This week, me and Corey, we checked out Void Bastards, and this one's on Xbox Game Pass.
Yeah, kind of a secret. I'm not going to call it a hidden gem yet. We'll wait till the end of the review. But you know what? It was kind of a nice surprise. You told me about this game. You kind of jumped in, and you've been playing it for the last little while, and you said, someone's going to hop on this one. We got to do a review of this game because it's unique.
Yes. And
it's bringing back a cel-shaded art style that I haven't personally seen in a long time.
Yeah, so the art style is the standout of it, the comic book feel of the graphics and even the sounds, and I love how things are written on the doors if you're sneaking around these spaceships. So if anybody hasn't seen Void Bastards, this game is about you're raiding spaceships, kind of.
Yeah.
You're a prisoner, a clone. It's unclear.
Yeah, you don't know exactly what you are, other than the fact that it's a little bit of dust,
a little bit of water,
and you appear, and then you're off on your adventure.
And your adventure is kind of sad. So you're just a prisoner moving along from one ship to the next, trying to survive and move your home ship further and further into the nebula until hopefully you can escape. So it seems like you're kind of a junk retrieval guy.
Yeah, like you kind of have this star map of ships that you travel to, so you can land at a ship, you can dock at it, you can fly past it, but it all consumes fuel and food. So it'll tell you, depending on where you're flying, how much fuel, how much food. Maybe you'll gain some health, lose some health, depending on where you're going. So there's lots of things to consider in this game. It is a first-person shooter when you get into it, but there is that aspect where you're kind of traveling around the map to the destination you want to go to, and there's so many ships that you can raid, and they're all different kinds, and I thought that was actually really cool. The variety in this game was huge.
Oh yeah, so there's several different factions, and that makes up all of the ships, but within each factions you get different sizes of ships, different kind of armaments that are on it, and each ship is kind of unique to, maybe you're looking for a bunch of food or you're looking for a bunch of fuel to stock up, because like you said, it is a big overworld game, and you can just skip right over some stations if you happen not to like them. It gives you a little bit of blurb of what enemies are kind of in that
like
area.
what to expect, what you can find.
What the items.
Yeah, it lets you kind of know if you're looking for something in particular that maybe this is the place you got to stop. But at the same time, depending on how you fly and move around the map, you better make sure you have enough fuel and have enough food because starvation is a thing in this game.
Yep, that could just be the end of your character and the end of many characters because this game is a roguelike. So you're trying to make this progress in this overworld by collecting a bunch of these things off of ships, building them at your home ship, and then moving on and getting deeper and deeper into the nebula. But each of these lives are pretty fragile, and if you just take too much damage, you're done. You start back at the start. You do carry some of the equipment that your guys created.
That was really nice. So when you do die in this game, it doesn't feel like you lose all your progress. You do go back to the beginning of the nebula that you were started in, but at the same time, you don't lose any of the weapons you've built up or upgraded, so you kind of just get it on the next person. What I liked about it is when you do die, there's this kind of comic book sequence that takes it through the steps of, well, your person's dead now, and now you see a new ship that you had, and a robot comes in, spreads a little powder, purple powder, then a little bit of water, and then a new prisoner appears. And the nice thing about that is when you get a new prisoner, they come with these buffs. Do you want to explain that a little bit?
So kind of perks, kind of quirks. There's a positive and a negative usually. Not always, but it depends. It's a random roll, it seems, and your characters usually have something like to the effect of your footsteps are really heavy, or you can't unlock doors, or something silly like that.
My first character was, he randomly coughs because he's a smoker.
Yeah!
It was the very first character I had, so I didn't really understand what the buff was about, or the debuff in this case. And I'm just rolling around, and then he just coughs, and then it alerts an enemy, and I was like, oh man, this guy's the worst!
Gary, is that you?
Yeah, to be fair, he didn't last very long, and we moved on to the next one. But you know what, that's what makes this game fun, and you know what, it's a $30 game, which, like I said, I never heard of this until you told me about it, and jumping into this one, it's so much fun.
And it was easy for me to have skipped past it too. I've kind of gone through the Game Pass to try and find these games that I'm kind of becoming more excited in, these roguelikes specifically, and this one stood out right away, especially for the price. You look at the price, and it's $40 on Steam, it's just a little bit under that on Xbox Live. Game Pass is the way to play this one.
Yeah, no, there's so many things that are kind of random rolled in this game that the replayability's there, and the difficulty's there. Let me tell you, like, I was only, you get into the second nebula, and it's, the first one seems kind of easy. There's not many enemies. You run into a few of the bigger enemies, the elite enemies, and you have to kind of sort that out with the minimal weapons that you do have.
That one's rough,
which was difficult because you're like, oh man, I'm using everything I got.
Every ammo you have.
Ammo and stock supply of everything is in short supply in this game. Like, you run out of bullets real fast, you better make sure you're using them and you're using them wisely.
And if you're low on health, you better just skip through that ship and then get out of there quick.
Find a ship you can get some health on.
Yeah, because those are only one specific kind. So this varied gameplay based on what ship you're jumping into was really cool to me because I had a lot of throwaway characters, but then every once in a while I'd have a character that really stuck, was good, and I'd get some real progress into the game.
All right, Scott, well, I think we've had a pretty good time playing Void Bastards. If you had to score this one, what are you going to give it?
So I like the jump in, jump out play. I like how it looks, and I like that the stealth is still an option. So there's a lot of things in this game that I really enjoy. I have to give this one an 8.
All right, you know what? I'm right there with you. I'm just a little bit lower. I think there's a lot of things in this game that I really enjoyed. The cell shading, like I said, reminded me of older games I've played in the past. And just, the whole feel of the game. There's kind of this comical undertone to the whole thing. It's just a lot of fun, and I wasn't expecting it. I'm going to give this one a solid 7.5. Void Bastards is a great first-person shooter strategy game. The cel-shaded art style was a nice touch, and the comical dialogue from allies and foe kept this often intense shooter light. The variety in ship layouts and loot drops kept things feeling fresh, adding to its replayability. This is a great game to check out if you've got Xbox Game Pass.
Addendum. The vessel is docked and dangerous occurrences.
So Scott won the last one, so we all know who to target, right?
Alright, hashtag getting Scott. Hashtag getting
Oh, this one's got bullet drop. It's got bullet drop, heads up.
Oh yeah.
What's that mean?
Alright.
Game on.
Bullet drop. You gotta watch where your bullets are going, because they ain't gonna stay right on line, right on point.
Yeah, we were shooting insta
this one has
lasers
wind?
before.
Yeah, we were.
Is Win on?
I don't know.
I don't think so. Whatever the
Unclear.
default is.
Maybe it is because bullet drop. That might be tied to it. Not clear.
Just trying to learn the map a little bit here.
I'm so scared until the first shot goes off.
Be very, very quiet.
Well, that's yeah. Everybody's like, don't say a word. It's hard to.
I know this is an intense game mode when none of us know how to play, or well, we know how to play, but don't play this game.
Well, yeah, and no one knows the map, right? Like we're all kind of
Just
stuck
running
up,
around.
hoping for the best.
So you didn't play this one, Drew?
No, I never played this one. I played so much of 3. Oh, there's shots fired! Shots fired!
I didn't know why they're gonna. I rolled right up on top of you too.
Hold LB. Oh, if I hold LB, the wheel comes up.
Oh, LB, you bring up if you like D-pad's like a hot button, like up is
yeah, I got
rifle, right's my Tommy gun.
I don't
or
see
my-
anybody.
I'm a Tommy on my.
I don't like it. I don't
SMG
like it.
Pistol. Oh man,
Yeah,
that was.
push
You
down
scared
on
the
your
crap out of me.
right analog to bring up your binoculars, Nate.
What's that?
Push down on your
Let's bring
right
her up.
analog to bring up your binoculars.
Oh, okay, cool. Hey, I feel like I'm just gonna get bipped in the head from behind.
Oh, it's gonna happen. Trust me.
Oh!
Who was that?
Oh man! Somebody got it.
Oh!
Kyle, you didn't have to run.
Just damage.
Was that you shooting at me? Yeah.
Yeah, that's too bad.
I didn't get that bullet drop just right, so.
Yeah, I know. The last game was all laser beams. Kyle would have been dead.
Yeah, that would have been it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whew. That's whoa. Where's that one?
Come on! Oh man! Whoever I shot at, you got lucky.
Oh!
Oh, bodies are dropping, folks. Bodies
Here we
are
go.
dropping.
That's cool.
That was pretty cool. Spot.
Oh! That was not cool. Really, Nate? I was just lining somebody up, man. That's not nice at all.
Oh, someone's right by me. I can hear them.
They did some Assassin's Creed.
Oh no!
I'm like, I can hear somebody moving.
Crap! You got me good. Got me good.
Should have threw a grenade at you.
I was gonna say, if revenge is on, I'm coming at you with a nade. You think I'm kidding? Alright.
I got an idea.
Oh.
Sorry, Steve.
Otherwise.
Who's shooting the bell?
That was me.
Who's shooting at me? Oh, there we go.
Long shot.
Man, I want it over there. I guess I can't get over there. Go this way.
Here's a slight creaking somewhere.
Oh man, there's 30 seconds left, guys.
Goes fast, eh?
Nobody find Nate. Just stay away from Nate. You see anything that's got a reflection on top, just get out of there. Don't give him the lead.
I'm in the open, Nate.
Oh
Running
no!
around the perimeter.
Oh, was that at me?
No. I just shot Kyle.
Oh, that one.
Ooh.
Oh, that was.
Ah, Scotty gets it again.
Who was on that tower?
I was.
That was really cool.
Oh,
that
man.
KD though.
No, I'm terrible.
Yeah. Oh, Nate didn't even die. Nice.
And he's running around. This map's gigantic. Taking people out.
I'll take the long shot.
Nah, it's good. We already played this map.
Yeah, we weren't recording on this one though.
No.
I love how your ears pound and stuff while you're running around.
Oh yeah. I saw the glint.
Uh-huh.
You were closer than I thought.
Yeah. Whoa, really?
No way! How did I not hit you? Oh, come on! Come on!
Ooh, nice shot, Kyle.
Oh, that's so
Oh no!
Oh, there's shots going, man. I don't see anybody.
Try to open the map up for a guy, because the last one was just too tight. Still can't find anybody. I just saw you.
I found you!
And I was, you know what? And I was wondering if you were hiding where you were hiding. Because of where I ran into you last.
Yeah, I'm on the move! He's sticking around there now.
Yeah, you better be. Because so am I.
Oh, ooh. I heard that. Oh, that sounded kind of close.
Oh!
Okay.
I was like, whoa! Ah! Whoa! No, 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 no! No! Get out of here! Oh, come on! Scott, you're supposed to be dead. That's not even cool. Oh, Kyle, I'm up by one, what, meter? Is that what that is?
Yeah, what's the score? Oh, okay.
272. What a shot.
Oh, thank you. I saw you climbing up there, Scott.
Yeah, talk about being in the breeze.
Yeah.
You're like, all right, I might be able to make this.
I'm sorry, but dove's wings aren't that shiny in the sun. I don't care what anybody says.
You don't like the way they glisten? Yeah, it's a little frustrating, that's for sure.
Oh, that busted through your jaw. Man, that was close. I thought you killed me. I was scared.
Who is that? Ah.
Oh.
Who's just shooting at me?
Good job, buddy.
Thanks.
Nice.
Yeah. Pretty good, man. Pretty good. 272. 73.5. That was my one kill.
Nice.
Nice, guys.
All right, Scott, we're wrapping up this episode, but we're wrapping it up a little different this week with one of our own guys.
This week we have our own Corey coming to save the day in Fortnite.
The Corey.